You know, something that's really fun for me is to find an old motor like this and get it to run, or drag an old car out of the woods. It's been sitting there for 20 years, and to get it to fire up, something like that. You know, that just really makes my heart pump blood. And I don't know why. I guess it's just in my blood, but I like that sort of thing. And this probably 3-4 years ago, who knows, maybe longer. I bought this old chainsaw at a yard sale, and I think I gave $12 for it or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't much, but it is what it is a David Bradley. And some of you, if you're old like me, you'll remember that Sears used to sell David Bradley products, and so that's what this was. And I don't know the year of this thing. You know, I'm guessing maybe circa 1960. If anybody knows, by all means, leave a comment or send me a message. I'd like to know. But it's just a monster. And look at the teeth on this thing. I mean, the teeth on this thing, this chain is just outrageous. Let me get what are they here? Pardon me while I look at this. Well, the teeth are 1 inch long on this thing. And here's a little comparison. Here's a new chain for one of my saws that I use nowadays compared to the size of the teeth on that thing. And look at the dogs on that thing. Lord love a duck. They're just monsters. I mean, this thing is wicked. And that big old Lordy, Lord, look at that big sprocket in there. And this thing is also gear driven. It's got the motor turns a gear in here, and then it turns a gear out here that runs this sprocket. It turns the chain in, so it's gear driven. It doesn't run all that fast, but what a monster. And I don't know if it's got a lot of hours on it. I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of paint on this thing. It really shouldn't be here. It's got quite a bit on it. That surprises me that there's paint on that bar at all. Oh, I know another thing I was going to show you. The size of this bar compared to today's bar is this size. There, you can see. And the size of this thing, I mean, here's a little homeowner saw of today, you know, compared to the size of that thing. I mean, my hat's off to the man that carried this monster around all day, and I don't know what it weighs, but I've got 6 or so pro saws over there, high revving Husqvarnas that will wear a grown man out, and I cannot imagine carrying this thing around all day. But it's a hoot, and it's got an oiler on it. You push this in, and lo and behold, it works. You can see it squirts oil out right there. So that's what oils the chain. My saws are all self-oiling. You don't have to do that, but this must have been one of the first that had an oiler on it, because I remember when I was a kid, my dad had I believe it was a Lombard, and when he'd go out to cut trees to make split fence posts, my job was to carry the measuring stick and the oil jug. And we had an old dishwashing detergent jug that we filled up with oil, and when he'd fall a tree to cut up for a fence post, and my job was to run and slap that measuring stick up on the 6-foot stick on the log so he could cut the post. And then every once in a while I'd have to take that bottle and squirt a little bit of oil on the chain, because it didn't have an oiler, and that's how they worked. But yeah, this old girl's even got a oiler on it. And I don't know, those saws over there, you just grab one and you hold on to it and give the cord a yank. But oh no, not this one. You got to start this thing, you got to get up on it and you know, get some weight on it. I'll set this camera down here. I don't know if this thing will fire up, but yeah, you got to get on it. And let's see, there's the switches on, put that choke on, and see what she'll do. I don't know if it'll run. I mean, it did run. I had it running. I hung it up on the wall when I bought it, like I said, 2 or 3 years ago, or maybe more. And then I thought someday I'm going to try and start that old thing. And You know, today was the day. Who would have known that February 16th, 2009 was going to be the day? But sure enough, today's the day, and I pulled it down, and I pulled the plug out. First thing I did, and gave that this cord a little pull, and it had fire, you know. And I put my thumb over the hole, and it had compression, and my heart skipped a beat, you know, because my daddy told me when I was a little kid that if you got fire and compression, and they all get there at the same time, it will run. I mean, that's just laws of physics. So, let's see what this thing will do. Yeah, boy. I guess that's what we call a rat rod chainsaw.